Well, good afternoon or good morning, friends. Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Jobu Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally, and I mean literally, does not work. This morning, or like I said, afternoon, depending on where you are, I actually have my man Rio, Rambling with Rio, on the set with me today. And Rio, how you doing this morning, man?
I'm doing excellent, man. You know, I had to cope with a bad loss for a couple of days, but I'm all ready to turn the page to next week. I had a good guest on the show yesterday who tried to speak some confidence into my team back into me. So I'm feeling good right now, man. How are you?
I'm doing great, man. And everybody, I want you to definitely check out Rambling with Rio. He's actually going to be here joining us for our live stream on Sunday. It's going to be epic. It's going to be something that my head is spinning right now because everybody in the NFC East all play at 1 o'clock. I guess they figured that none of these teams are worthy of being a primetime team at the present time. But Rio, I wanted to kind of introduce people to you. And I've done the walk of shame with Philly 500. You know, after we ended up taking care of business, you know, I am now officially his daddy. Okay. But I wanted to, dealing with your team, and I know this is going to hurt, but I got to put these in your own words. Let me hit this real quick.
As you can see with the colors and the tone of this pod, we lost yesterday. Today is Monday, September 27th, and our Washington football team laid an egg in Buffalo yesterday. I mean, I never expected a victory versus Buffalo, but to say that we would go up there and lose 43-21 and that score doesn't fully justify how terrible we looked yesterday is an understatement. But, yeah, we lost by 22 points in a game where they probably should have scored 60, and the 14 points we put up in the first half came in a kind of fluky, wild type slippery slope of events where we got the luckiest long onside kick that I've ever seen. But we're going to get to all of that. But the main theme of today's show, the slump busters are back.
The slump bust. I
Far
love
too
that.
long here. Whatever. We've been the medicine, the antidote, and the elixir for a struggling opposing team. If you need a fixer-upper, if you need a team to come absolve you of all the issues you've been having, come on down to Washington, because come on down. For my entire life as a fan here, we've been slump busters. Whenever there's that stipulation that lies, this team has not been able to do this since. This quarterback has not been able to do this since. We've always fixed that issue for whatever team we were going to play. Josh Allen, 75, 79 quarterback rating. He comes in and gives us a 130.
You're really good.
He almost passed his first 2 weeks combined in quarterback rating yesterday. Put 370 on us.
You know what?
I'm
not going to make you suffer through
that is expected of an MVP.
Because it's already Thursday, and it's on to the next one. There's no time.
I've turned the page, man. I've coped. That was my therapy session for the week.
I know why I like you so much, because you remind me of Doc Walker. Doc Walker,
that's my guy.
Okay, now Doc, I've met Doc a couple times and things. Doc is, of course, a true Washington fan. Hates the Cowboys and everything else, but he always tells it like it is. And he will say, if you're not busting a grape, he will tell you you're not busting a grape. In fact, I'll even quote him all the time because, as he puts it, it's hard to be hungry when your refrigerator's full. And that was Jalen Smith last year. And they humbled his ass, and he's playing a lot better with a better coach. So you definitely keep it real. And being a fan ambassador, I'm just trying to wonder how long you'll be able to keep that when you literally, bitch slap the Washington football team.
See, I told them when I was selected for the process, like, this is an honor to be a part of something new here and to be a part of my favorite team. But if you guys want me to like completely censor my content or like be a yes man to the organization because I'm quasi affiliated, then yeah, I can't do it because I only can call things how I see it. Like I said, I'm not for everyone, but I am for most, and I gotta call a spade when I see it. I love this team. They're like a part of me. They're like family. But just like family, accountability matters. So if you're not doing your job, if I'm not doing my job, I would hope someone looked me in the face, do better. So I need us to do better right now.
When we talked the last time, was it before the season started?
It was before. There was so much confidence just exuding from me.
Should I have Kool-Aid for Sunday?
pour some sugar in it because I've already consumed this Kool-Aid. It's not going down like it should have, though. The defense is letting me down right now. I know we're only 3 weeks into the season, but Sunday marks week 4. Week 4 is around the time where you start rounding out. You start seeing who's a contender, who's a pretender, and real football starts to be played. So we're going to know a lot from this weekend.
Well, let me give a shout out to Lola. What's up, Lola? Ethan, thanks for stopping by on lunch. Roxanne, how are you doing? I see Brian Harding, who is a diehard Washington fan. He said if we lose to Washington, stick a fork in us. Draft videos in October for the Washington football team. Ouch. I always say don't get too excited and too upset by what you see in September, because it's really October when the teams start being who they were. Just think back a couple of years for the Cowboys. We started out 3-5 and we looked like trash. We ended up getting Amari Cooper, and all of a sudden we go through a tear and end up making the playoffs. And I'm not going to say that Washington is dead yet. It's still really, really early. You had the shock and, of course, the change of quarterback from Ryan Fitzpatrick, after Alex Smith last year, and then going from Ryan Fitzpatrick to Heineken. Or Mr. Heineken doesn't even want him. He has to be Bud Light sponsored, and they're probably pulling theirs right now too. But I just said don't sleep on him just yet. Don't sleep on him. There's something going on in Washington. I don't know what it is, but that defense looks checked out.
There's a clear disconnect. Yeah, there's a clear disconnect from the coaching to the players right now, and I'm trying to understand what is going on because this defense has so much talent, and it looks so bad right now. Every quarterback we've played has been comfortable and has had an hour to throw the ball every week, and all I've heard is, our Washington's D-line is the best. Washington's D-line is the best in the league. 4 first-rounders. I'm going to need them to look like it because Jonathan Allen's the only one consistently performing on that unit right now. Yep. And I'm looking over at you guys. You got your first-round pick playing out of position, Micah Parsons. He looks more natural of a rusher than Chase and Sweat, and I'm confused by that. It's very perplexing to me.
Are you mad? Don't be mad.
Yes, you hear it in my voice. I don't understand what's happening right now.
Drew Shorts, a shout out to you, man. Appreciate the super chat. I don't know what's going on. I literally was watching the game and I called Chase Young a little punk ass biatch. I was sitting here because I was I was like, I literally, as a former defensive lineman, watching him on a screenplay, okay? He wasn't touched. He gets in the backfield. The quarterback dumped it off. The guy is only like 4 or 5 yards in front of him, and knowing that he's going to have to stop and try and make a move or whatever, this is where that hand comes around from behind a guy and knocks the ball out. He gave up on the play. It's like, okay, it's down the field. I'm not going to worry about it. That's what's
disheartening. It's not just the play; it's the body language. It doesn't look the same. The hunger doesn't look the same, and this has created division amongst our fan base because it's like people are calling Chase a bust. People are turning on Chase. Like, no, it's not like that for a lot of us. Some of us with sense, we're just disappointed at the way he's playing. You take a guy with the 2nd overall pick of the draft. He's the face of the franchise. He's coming off Defensive Rookie of the Year, and he has made 0 impact
how many pressures does he have
so far this year?
Does he have any pressures?
Oh, he has pressure. Sure, he has pressure. Yes, I don't even care about the sack numbers. The eye test tells you to go ahead and watch the tape. It's not that he's getting chipped. He's not getting chipped or doubled. That's not what's stopping him. He can't beat one-on-one protection versus not great tackles, and that is scary for me.
Well, he's playing. I call them chess games, because literally it's just like you're chest to chest with the offensive lineman. He's just kind of going up, holding. Sometimes he'll kind of get loose and kind of do like a loop around. But I'm just like, dude, I don't see a move whatsoever at all.
None.
You know, I mean, I've seen more moves on his ads.
He's doing that Ryan Kerrigan thing that I've seen for years, where he just runs behind the quarterback, and it bothers me so much. Like, look at me, I'm gonna run past the tackle behind the quarterback and not make an impact on the play.
And the quarterback
that might be called a pressure because I sniffed him.
Oh man, okay. And your quarterback, what do you think about that? Is it time to? Is it time to even think about Cam? I'm still mystified that if there's any internal conversation. What the hell happened in Carolina? You can't tell me that Cam Newton, although he hasn't had any, been playing in a couple of weeks, couldn't do more than what you got right now.
Heineke, I mean, he didn't have a good game versus Buffalo, and it was about time we got to see the bad. His sample size has been so small that we've only seen the good in him. But there's a reason you're 28 and you've not really been given a shot in the league, and it's going to show up at some point. I know so badly we want him to be Tony Romo or Kurt Warner, but I think really he's a gamer who has a very low-level NFL arm, but he's a playmaker. He plays with confidence. He plays with a bravado that guys can rally around, but there's not but so much he can do because his arm is limited, and he floats a lot of balls out there, and a good team like Buffalo's exploited that. He should have had 5 picks on Sunday, and a couple of them should have been housed. So at some point, if we take losses in bunches, we may have to call Cam, but it does surprise me that Ron has had 2 or 3 opportunities to link up with his boy, and he has not made that call yet, which tells me they may know something we don't.
Or it was just some really bad blood there. That I guess maybe
possibly.
Maybe Ron Rivera just got tired of the antics and everything else and just said, "Nah, I can do bad by myself and just keep that situation away." You've got Atlanta this weekend.
Yes, sir.
And going to Atlanta, right?
Yep, we're going to Atlanta. That beautiful stadium, Mercedes-Benz Dome.
I've been there. It is beautiful. It is beautiful. How you feeling about this one?
I can tell you I'm going in with not a lot of confidence, but I'm going to pick us to win because it's sad to say a game week 4 of the season is a must-win, but the way I look at the schedule, this is a must-win game for us. If we actually want to compete for the division with you bastards, we have to beat a team like the Atlanta Falcons. The Atlanta Falcons are averaging 16 points a game. They're bad right now. They have a banged-up O-line, and Matt Ryan is a goddamn statue. If we can't put pressure on this guy, we're doomed. This is the true test for this defense. We're playing a shit offense. If we're the medicine for this defense, for this offense, and we give them the same thing we gave Buffalo, and we get them right, because, we're the get-right boys, If you need to get fixed, play us. If we let Matt Ryan and the Falcons find their rhythm and get their groove back, we're done. That sounds like an overreaction, but I'm looking at the schedule. We got the Saints, the Chiefs, the Bucks, the Broncos, the Panthers, the Seahawks. Where does it go up from here?
Green Bay.
And Green Bay in Lambeau. Where do you find success when you're struggling against a team that can't score 20 points a week?
Well, I people said that I was just a hater when I said this. I said you got the big boy schedule. You've already got Buffalo. We have to play New England instead. You got Green Bay. We got Minnesota, which are it's kind of Jekyll and Hyde. You got Seattle, although Seattle's defense is not good. I'm still not sure what Seattle is.
Oh, they're bad.
We've got Arizona. That may be the one where we've got the worst game in there. But, again, I've seen the Cardinals.
That's going to be an awesome shootout.
I've seen Cardinals start out 4-0 and then proceed to lose the rest of the game, so you don't really know. But I'm not ready to bury the Washington football team just yet. I think that you.
Oh, me neither.
You know, with the potential that you have, like I said, those 4 number 1 draft picks, somebody just needs to go in there and put a foot in their ass and get them to at least play close to their potential. And if they do that, that alone could turn the team around. The thing that's helped our defense more than anything else is that we've actually been aggressive and getting takeaways because of the aggression. Yeah. And let's make no mistake, we got 2 studs right now in Diggs, who's got 3 takeaways in 3 games. Just was named.
Oh, he's balling.
NFC Defensive Player of the Month. I think personally, being a Cowboy homer, that my man Micah Parsons got jobbed on the Rookie Defensive Player of the Month for Samuels Jr. For the Chargers. I just look at the impact that Micah Parsons has had.
Oh, he's a baller.
Oh, my God. And he's just kind of scratched the surface. You've seen the different moves that he's doing. And just beginning to play, defensive end the last 2 games.
Must
it's
be
actually
nice.
It kind of makes you say, you know what, he could be our Lawrence Taylor type of a player, where he literally will revolutionize that outside position again, that hybrid between linebacker.
I wish I could say the same about our first round pick from this year, but it's been a work in progress so far. So it only can go up from here, though. It's 3 weeks in.
Well, maybe they need to kind of sit his ass down on the bench, because, sometimes you have that ability that you come in, you've been great in college and everything else. You've just been able to just out-muscle people. And then players get to the NFL that first year, they do real well, and all of a sudden they say, this shit's easy. And they don't work as hard as they've done in the past. And then that second year, they get kind of bitch slapped. This may actually just be that sophomore slump where maybe he came in and wasn't really in that good a shape. He didn't get the workouts because being in front of the camera isn't as physically taxing as it is actually working out, and just kind of got humbled. And with not getting as much help on cross the line from other people, then you kind of now the focus is now on me. The limelight is.
See, the whole thing is like we have a bottom 3 linebacker core in the league right now. So their job's supposed to be made easier because we have the greatest D-line on paper that the world's ever seen. But our linebackers, John Bostic, our middle linebacker, he has a C on his chest. I'm not sure why. He has to be like the worst graded backer in the league. He's do you know how many 3rd and 15s we've given up this year because of this guy?
A lot. I've watched every game.
And
yeah.
It's bad, man. Like week 1, we gave up 14 of 19 on 3rd down. On Sunday versus the Bills, they were like 10 of 15. Like, what are we doing, man? Like, we can't. I'm positive Mahomes, Brady, and Dak are going to get like a 3rd and 24 on us. Like, I am so positive about it. Unless something changes drastically soon.
Shout out. What's up, Gina? How are you doing, Gina? And Sheila. Oh, Sheila. Everybody, we are speaking with my man, Rambling with Rio, and he's got a lot to ramble about. I mean, he could ramble on for days about how he's been let down already by his Washington football team. The thing that's crazy is, and I've been doing a lot, you guys have, we as Cowboy fans need to count our blessings. Shit will go south at some point. We're going to go ahead, and I will take my medicine when it comes, because we now have Trolling Tuesday, where we're going to go around the NFC East, and we're going to check the pulse of all of our YouTubers, Rio being, of course, one of them, Philly 500, Bad Dog and stuff, and see how they're living at the present time. We as Cowboy fans, we're enjoying this right now. But shit
I'm about to get
change.
You back too.
well, shit can change real easy because, it's only been 3 games. It's only been 3 games, so don't get too
NFC
excited.
East is always a shit show.
Yeah, and just remember, if you're going to talk the talk, you got to walk the walk. Brian, shout out to Brian. He's actually a great Washington fan. He's actually put Rio's link right there. Let me pin that at the top.
Gosh.
So definitely sub up to Rio.
Come on down.
Sub up to my man
Dallas
Rio.
fans, Eagles fans, Giants fans. I keep it real on the channel. I love my squad, but I don't force burgundy coated lenses because I'm affiliated with the team. I'm gonna call it how I see it. Come on down, man. Y'all are all welcome.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, and this is the thing. Sometimes I get fans or haters, I should say, especially some Eagle ones. They'll say, "Why are you talking to that guy?" Because, see, for me, this weekend it's going to be great because my dad and my brother have a weekly standing bet it's like $10. Cowboys, the Cowboys game, Washington game, so on. And it was funny because my brother this year wanted to up the bet to $20 a game because he figured, we got this, So it's like, yeah, I'm gonna up the bet. So he's gonna be here, and my dad's gonna be here. But growing up, that's how it was. We had friends and family members that were on the opposite side of the fence. And it was like whoever wins, you got to talk the trash. When you lost, of course, you were going to get it. And back in those days, before you had smartphones, you had the regular phone, push button, and we actually had a dial one as a kid without call waiting. And so you had to answer every call. And so you'd pick it up when the Cowboys lost. That phone was ringing off the hook with all the Redskin fans that were calling to ride my dad. And, of course, when the Cowboys won, that phone didn't ring. It didn't ring. And that, to me, is the great thing about football and the rivalries between everybody. And I just love football season that much.
Oh, yeah. I love it, man. It's the best time of year, and I'm excited. I'm excited that you're not far from me, and I can come through – and we can get like a whole full set going, man. We get our little own, like a real relatable ESPN,
Well, yeah, definitely
non-filtered.
Definitely, game days have actually been really, really fun. We have actually seen Cop Pizzle meltdown. We've seen Philly 500. My man Rashid. Like I said, for Cowboy fans, this has been great so far. Let's just hope that it lasts. If this season goes down the toilet for you guys, do you? Because listening to the sports radio station the other day, people are already ready to kill Ron Rivera, and especially
he's not going anywhere.
And especially your defensive coordinator.
Oh, Del Rio. Oh my God, the coordinators. I don't think Scott's doing as bad as Del Rio. Del Rio, on the other hand, his seat might warm up a little bit, but Ron. I feel like Ron has such a long leash here. Like, I always thought it was interesting when we hired him. We hired him to wear a lot of hats for the organization. You always get the terms and the years on the contract and all that when a coach is hired. We never got the terms of Ron's contract, which for me tells me that Snyder has given him full autonomy of this organization, and he's going to be here for quite some time. But it could be a shaking up in the staff. I don't want to talk about this right now because it's too early for all that. But if we mess around and lose to the Falcons and the Saints, I'm going to be paying very close attention to college quarterbacks, which I'm already doing because it's going to be that time of year for us.
Well, regardless, I think you got to look at college quarterbacks. I mean, like I said, I need to focus in on my own team, but I was still kind of surprised that there was no plan B really other than Ryan Fitzpatrick. I mean, Heineke, okay, yeah, he's a good story. He had a great game there last year, but you don't look and say, this is our quarterback of the future. And with the quarterback class that was there, this year's class doesn't look, at least at the moment, doesn't look anywhere near where last year's was.
Yeah, man. I mean, there's some guys there though. Like, there's some quarterbacks here. Like, I think definitely people are sleeping on the class. I'm looking at this kid from Ole Miss, Matt Corral. I'm looking at the quarterback from Liberty, Malik Willis, Sam from UNC, and the Spencer Rattler in Oklahoma. There's some talent in that first round, and if we can't get our hands on one of them, I don't know what to tell you. I'm not sure we're ever going to get one because there are many opportunities for a quarterback this offseason, and we have to push our cards in the table. Or if we suck this year, we may organically be able to acquire one. So we'll see.
I'm sorry. I haven't actually been paying too much attention in getting a quarterback for some reason. I guess
it must be goddamn nice.
Brian, you need to come on over here and watch a game, man. So where are you located, Brian? You're in Pennsylvania, aren't you? Can't wait for December when we play the Washington football team because the game in Dallas, we win those. Fans will be Washington football. Just happened. Okay. I can't wait for that one myself because I have not been to a game. The last game I went to was actually Cowboys versus Washington in FedEx 2 years ago. So I'm looking forward to doing another tailgate there.
Hey, Bobby, I'm gonna show up. I promise. I'll be there on Sunday. I had a last minute in-laws are coming the night before, and I wasn't able to do it.
Are you sure about that? I sense that maybe you thought of that. Wait a minute, Buffalo? Oh, no, I don't know about this one.
Now, I knew we were going to lose. I just didn't think it was going to be like that. Like, I keep it a buck. I predicted us to lose 30-20. I didn't think they was going to have the potential to put 60 on our heads.
Yeah. Well, okay, let me get your thoughts on the New York stinking Giants.
Oh, man, the Giants. I feel bad for them because I don't know why they're 0-3. Like, I don't know what's going on over there. And
they're a bad team.
It's funny because Daniel Jones has ability. Like, it sucks. Like, he has ability. Like, he's not Dwayne Haskins, which he has 0 in his tool bag. He has his ability, but they just don't put it all together. And they've lost 2 weeks in a row to us and to the Falcons, where they could have easily won both of those games. Darius Slayton doesn't drop that pass, and Dexter Lawrence doesn't jump off sides. We're 0-3 right now. So, sucks for you guys. I mean, we're only 1 game ahead of y'all. We don't look much better, so I can't rag on you too much.
That's the curse of Jason Garrett, man. Jason Garrett, there are so many times that we would just think that we have victory right there, that we've got this game, and somehow we'd find some crazy-ass way and lose it. And I'm telling you, it's just Jason Garrett. I don't know that Joe Judge is that great of a head coach. I think he needed a little more seasoning, and their front office has just missed on picks after picks after picks. It's just terrible. And what do you think about the Eagles?
The Eagles are interesting. They're kind of like an enigma because I expected them to be terrible. They come out and beat the brakes off Atlanta, but that just shows me Atlanta is terrible. And they actually should have beat the Niners. They outplayed them for 80% of that game. They're interesting. Yeah. They have a lot more fight than – I don't know what Jalen Hurts is because me personally, since watching Alabama, I thought that season he had at Oklahoma was just the result of Lincoln Riley. I don't really think he's a good quarterback, but he looks a little better than I thought. But y'all kind of exposed him on Monday.
Well, the thing, I look at it this way. He's only had 8 starts in the NFL. Now he's got 2 different systems that he's working in, and it's a little too early to kind of say, and I was talking to Philly 500 on this one. He's like, I don't know if he's the guy. It's like your sample size isn't really big enough. It's not really fair to have Sirianni, Mr. Rock, Paper, Scissors, come in 3 games in and say he's not the guy. It's just not big enough a chance. The thing you have to worry about is, will they ruin him? There's been a lot of really good quarterbacks that have gone to bad situations and just lose all confidence and go down the toilet. When you think about, say, Steve Young going to Tampa Bay, his first 2 years, he looked terrible. Tampa Bay literally gave up on him. He goes to San Francisco and becomes a Hall of Famer. And there's so many quarterbacks that are put in this position where they just get the hell beat out of them with clueless offensive.
Look at Darnold.
Yeah. The difference of him being with the Jets versus Carolina, it's night and day, but Carolina is truly a better team. It'll be interesting this week without Christian McCaffrey if he can be the one to lead that team on to victory. I'm hoping that it's not. I'm hoping that my Cowboys can go to 3-1.
I would line to prove that they are real and stomp you this weekend. We're going to see how real they are this week and how real that defense is because it looks phenomenal right now.
Yeah.
Ryan Burns is out there killing it, man.
Yeah.
Like, they look good.
They do. Their defense is a lot better than I thought they were going to be.
Them and Derek Brown. It must be nice for your first-round picks to look like first-round picks 3 weeks into the season, because it is capable. People are capable of it,
Mike Flores wants to ask you if you think the Cowboys win this weekend.
I hope they lose this weekend. I picked them on my pick 'em, though. I feel like Dallas is going to win.
Don't you have Dak Prescott as your fantasy quarterback too?
Yeah, I got a Dak Cooper stack.
See that?
I need Cooper to get the ball more, man.
Oh man. Well, here's the problem but this is the right kind of problem you have. I'm going to do a video later today about this offense probably won't provide very many Pro Bowl players because you look at it right now. Zeke is on pace for about 1,000, about 1,100 yards. Tony Pollard's on pace for about 1,000 yards. Amari Cooper is only on pace for about 1,000 yards, and CD maybe 13, 14. It's going to be so spread out that you're not going to have anybody that's like top of the NFL, top 2 or 3. Everybody's going to be kind of down a little bit because that ball is being spread around. The Cowboys offense, it's crazy to think that we've had 3 different receivers leading the team each week. It's crazy.
Must be nice, man.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to put salt on the wounds there for you, Rio. Good. But that's the way. If the roles reversed, you wouldn't be giving me any break, would you?
Exactly. How do you feel about McCarthy?
McCarthy is kind of on the hot seat. See, and people are really going through like that. We should have had the timeout before the half to try to do something there with those last few seconds. They are really looking and saying, let's push him out the way. My thing I'm worried about is now Dan Quinn has turned around the perception of him being in Atlanta. With what he's done with the defense, all of a sudden, teams got to be looking and saying, maybe we need to be looking at Dan Quinn as the head coach next year. Then you look at Kellen Moore. I think Kellen Moore is on the Jason Garrett program, where Jason Garrett was supposed to interview with the Baltimore Ravens when he was the offensive coordinator, and basically Jerry Jones was like, hey, you're not going anywhere. We're going to pay you big time money. You're the coach in waiting. And you'll remember Kellen Moore actually interviewed with the Eagles. And I wonder if the Eagles are wishing that they had made that move right there for Kellen Moore, looking at Sirianni. But the crazy,
I knew from Sirianni's opening presser, I was like, I don't know, head coach might be a little much for this guy.
Yeah, like I said, the rock paper scissors with the players. I was like, okay, that's what you got. It reminded me of Paul Alexander talking about the ketchup bottle. His thing to evaluate offensive linemen was their intelligence if they knew to tap the 57 on the bottle so the ketchup would run out. It's like, dude, everybody uses squeeze bottles now, right? Okay. It's like, how old is your ass there? But I think what will probably happen is Mike McCarthy gets pushed aside and Dan Quinn or Kellen Moore become the head coach. You can definitely see that those two guys would probably, if things continue to go where they can go south, and we know in a heartbeat. But at the moment, you got to figure that those two guys will be hot commodities next year.
Oh yeah, especially Kellen Moore. I mean, that's the thing now. If you're an offensive-minded young coach, the whole league's going to look after you. Like the guy you guys are playing this weekend, Joe Brady, the offensive coordinator for the Panthers, he's going to be like the number 1 target for the whole league next year. Definitely. For him to turn around Sam Darnold and that offense, he's definitely going to be hot. And Mike McCarthy, I think, will be the one that gets pushed to the side. It's kind of crazy to see how this offense has gone from passing like crazy against Tampa Bay to then just running the hell out of it against the Eagles and being able to adapt so well. This has got to be great for Kellen Moore to have all these different weapons and things. Yep, it must be nice, man. Good for you guys. We don't see you bastards till December, where we go through our stretch of Dallas, Philly, New York to end the season. So hopefully by that time we have a record that is adequate enough to compete for the division title. If not, it's gonna be depressing at those tailgates, man.
Yeah, well, so with your channel, you're so relatively new to YouTube and everything else, to social media, and you're blowing up real quick. What do you got coming up, or what kind of plans do you have? What's the next move for Rio?
Okay, right now, I got next week, since we're going to be 4 weeks into the season, I'm going to have my guy Mark and a couple others. I'm waiting for confirmation. We're going to do a little quarterly NFC East check-in, like a little round table, where we're talking how we're feeling through 4 weeks into the season, even though there's 17 games. Not exactly a quarter, but we're going to call it what it is. And next week, I'll be back at the stadium. I'm a season ticket holder. I have my GoPro with me. I'll be having vlogs from every event possible. And some quality guests coming on. I got a couple players lined up, some good anchors, and some good stuff coming, man. Be sure to check in on the channel. Even if you're not a fan, quality content, man.
Yeah, like I said, last night when he sent me the link, I was like, Sam White. I was like, how'd you get him on? I was like, damn, you are rolling, buddy. And I'm very, very proud to watch you grow like this, and can't wait to get you. I would say over here in this seat, but that's the Cowboy seat. We'll put you over here. The Redskin seat, it'll be like a milk crate. How about that?
Yeah, I'll come over there flooded in burgundy stuff. I'll bring some decorations for the table, man.
There you okay. Well, we'll give you a little corner over here, okay? Just a little space.
Let's do it.
All right. Hold up. We got somebody else that's in here. Oh, shit. Wait. I you know how we have to roll in here.
What we got?
How are we? My son is in here.
Oh, big run! Oh, he fumbled. He fumbled. Shit.
He's still
now he's about to lose his mind.
He hasn't seen the play yet.
Please tell me like that.
That was me when Antonio Gibson finally watched the Chargers.
Good morning, son. How are you doing? I don't know if you knew this, that I've got Michael Anthony is one of my kids, and Philly 500. I'm his daddy now. Philly.
I don't plan on joining the family.
You know what? We'll work on that one. We'll talk about a bet for that game and stuff on there. How you doing this morning, Philly 500, man? Are you feeling better? Are you excited about this weekend? Are you ready to play? They've got a tough road to go. Miss Charles, how are you doing, Miss Charles? And Bobby Ice, what's up? Everybody, make sure you check out my man, Rambling with Rio. It's just too much to roll off the tongue there, man. Rambling with Rio. He is going to be great people. He's going to be here on Sunday because unlike Philly 500, he's going to man the F up and show up.
I'll be here. I'll be there for sure, 100%. If not, y'all can kill me. Metaphorically.
Oh, we will talk. We'll talk about you. We will definitely talk about you. One more time, tell everybody where to find you.
Yep, check out my YouTube channel, Rambling with Rio Robinson. My podcast, Rambling About Washington. It's an acronym for RAW because I keep it raw, unfiltered, unbiased, and impartial. And I'm not afraid to tell the team they're playing like shit. Check me out on Twitter, Instagram at Rio_Robinson91. Come rock with me, man.
All right. And with that being said, we're going to roll on out of here in this final thought.
You play to win the game. Hello? You play to win the game. You don't play to just play it. That's the great thing about sports. You play to win. And I don't care if you don't have any wins. You go play to win. When you start telling me it doesn't matter.